Have you ever wondered what makes a ruler truly unforgettable? In this video, we explore into the lives of the top 10 eccentric monarchs and rulers, whose unique and sometimes bizarre ways of leading left a mark on history. Eccentricity in leadership refers to unusual or quirky behaviors that set these leaders apart from the usual. It's a chance to get a glimpse of history's most intriguing and unusual leaders, revealing the fascinating blend of madness and genius that shaped nations. 10. The Theater King Queen, Ludwig II of Bavaria. Ludwig II, known as the Fairy Tale King, ruled Bavaria in the late 19th century. His reign was marked by an intense passion for the arts, especially drama and opera, which deeply influenced his leadership style. Ludwig often viewed his role as monarch to be more of a patron of the arts than a political leader, leading to his nickname. His most famous quirk was constructing extravagant castles like Neuschwanstein, which appear more out of a storybook than architectural necessity. These projects drained the royal treasury, leading to massive debts. Ludwig's eccentric behavior and financial mismanagement caused significant concern among his ministers, affecting his governance. His obsession with fantasy over reality led to political neglect, ultimately resulting in his deposition under mysterious circumstances. Ludwig's dramatic legacy, however, turned Bavaria into a cultural tourism hub, immortalizing his eccentric rule. 9. The Mad King Queen, George III of Great Britain. King George III, often referred to as the Mad King, ruled Great Britain during a tumultuous period marked by the American Revolution and the Napoleonic Wars. His reign is notably remembered for his bouts of madness, which historians now believe were likely due to the genetic blood disorder, porphyria. His most famous eccentric behavior included speaking for hours without pause and sudden, inappropriate laughter. These unpredictable actions greatly affected his ability to govern, leading to periods where the king's duties were handed over to regents, thereby altering the power dynamics within the British government. His incapacity contributed to shifts in policy-making processes and the eventual increase in power of the parliament over the monarchy, shaping the future constitutional monarchy in Britain. 8. The Invisible Ruler, Sultan Said bin Taimur of Oman. Sultan Said bin Taimur of Oman is remembered as a highly reclusive ruler whose governance was characterized by extreme isolationism, both personally and politically. He rarely made public appearances, and was seldom seen by even his closest advisors. This aversion to public life and the outside world led him to enforce strict bans on several modern amenities and development projects, keeping Oman disconnected from much of the global advancements of the 20th century. His isolation affected Oman's economic and social policies severely, maintaining a stagnant economy and minimal external influences. This reclusive governance ultimately fostered discontent, leading to his overthrow in a 1970 coup by his own son, Qaboos bin Said, who then rapidly modernized the country. 7. The Visionary Fool, Emperor Norton I of the United States. Joshua Norton declared himself Emperor of the United States in 1859, residing in San Francisco. Although he held no official power, his eccentric proclamation and self-appointed title captivated the public. Norton issued his own currency, which was accepted in local establishments, and decreed numerous laws, such as the dissolution of the U.S. Congress. While his policies had no legal standing, they often highlighted real issues, such as the need for a bridge connecting San Francisco and Oakland. His visionary ideas, initially seen as foolish, sparked discussions and later influenced public opinion and city planning. Norton's legacy as a beloved local figure demonstrates how eccentricity can endear a leader to the public and subtly influence societal norms and future developments. 6. The Obsessive Collector, Rudolf II, Holy Roman Emperor. Rudolf II ruled as Holy Roman Emperor from his court in Prague, where his obsession with art, alchemy, and the occult defined his reign. He transformed his palace into a museum of curiosities, amassing one of the most significant collections of artistic and scientific objects in Europe. This obsession consumed vast amounts of his time and the empire's resources, diverting attention from pressing state affairs. His reign saw the neglect of governmental duties, which contributed to the mounting tensions within the empire that eventually led to the 30 Years' War. Rudolf's passion for collection affected not only his governance, but also established Prague as a center of Renaissance culture. attracting artists and scientists from across Europe, which left a lasting cultural legacy despite his political failings. 5. The paranoid sovereign, Ivan IV of Russia, Ivan the Terrible. Ivan IV, known as Ivan the Terrible, was the first Tsar of Russia, and his reign is infamous for extreme paranoia, which intensified after the death of his wife, Anastasia. His distrust led to the establishment of the Oprichnina, a state policy that divided the country and granted him absolute control over a section. This included a personal guard secret police who executed thousands suspected of disloyalty. His paranoia fostered a climate of fear, significantly affecting governance by stifling opposition and centralizing power, but at the cost of widespread suffering and halted progress in administrative efficiency. His legacy is marred by these violent purges that left the nobility decimated and the common people terrorized. 4. The eccentric reformer, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk of Turkey. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, founder and first president of the Republic of Turkey, was known for his radical reformative vision, which fundamentally transformed Turkish society. His reforms included the abolition of the Ottoman Caliphate, introduction of Western legal codes, replacement of the Arabic script with Latin, and a strong push for secularism. Atatürk's eccentricity lay in his absolute commitment to these reforms, often in the face of substantial conservative opposition. His policies significantly shifted Turkish governance from Islamic traditions to secular, Western-oriented principles, affecting every aspect of life from the judicial system to daily attire. These changes, though controversial at times, propelled Turkey towards modernization and shaped its current national identity. 3. The festive ruler, Ludwig II of Bavaria. Ludwig II of Bavaria, often remembered for his architectural extravagances, also had a penchant for grand festivities. His reign was marked by lavish parties and operas, reflecting his deep love for the arts, especially the works of Richard Wagner. Ludwig's festivities often involved intricate costumes and elaborate set designs, creating a fairy tale atmosphere throughout his castles. These events, while culturally enriching, drained the Bavarian treasury and diverted funds from more practical state needs. His focus on personal pleasures over state affairs led to significant political neglect, contributing to his eventual deposition. Ludwig's legacy, however, significantly boosted Bavaria's cultural profile and tourism industry, showcasing the dual impact of his governance style on both cultural enrichment and economic strain. 2. The cruel wit, Elizabeth I of England. Elizabeth I of England was known for her sharp wit and often cruel humor, which she used effectively in her governance. Her reign saw the use of this wit in political negotiations, public speeches, and even in dealing with her courtiers and suitors. She famously used her unmarried status as a tool in foreign policy, teasing various marriage proposals to create alliances without ever committing. Her sharp tongue was not just for amusement, but served as a political weapon, which allowed her to maintain power and command respect in a male-dominated era. This cruel wit helped Elizabeth navigate the complexities of her reign, keeping potential rivals at bay and cleverly manipulating diplomatic relations. Her ability to use humor and intelligence in governance solidified her legacy as one of the most formidable and respected monarchs in history. 1. The Child King Queen, Tutankhamun of Egypt. Tutankhamun, one of Egypt's most famous pharaohs, ascended to the throne at the tender age of 9. His reign, though short, is notable for the significant influence of his advisors, particularly the Vizier I and the priest Horemheb. Tutankhamun's youth and inexperience shaped his governance, as he was heavily guided, if not controlled, by these senior officials who made most governmental decisions. His reign saw the restoration of the traditional polytheistic religion, following his predecessor Akhenaten's monotheistic revolution, a move likely influenced more by his advisor's agenda than his own. This policy reversal helped stabilize the shifting religious landscape of Egypt and restored traditional privileges to priesthoods. Tutankhamun's legacy, primarily known for his intact tomb rather than his political achievements, underscores the vulnerabilities and potential manipulations inherent in child rulerships. These monarchs remind us that leadership can take many forms, some more unconventional than others. Which of these eccentric rulers fascinated you the most? Do Do you think their unique traits were more beneficial or detrimental to their countries? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to catch more intriguing explorations into history's most colorful figures. Thanks for watching.